Men of Reddit. How has heartbreak changed you? Been in a relationship with a girl I fell in love with. Then I found out by a mutual friend she was with another guy after randomly ghosting me. It broke me for years. But it fixed my vision in a lot of ways. I've never been more fit in my life. The gym has become my playground for the last few years. I've lifted more weight and gained a ton of muscle. It's helped me realize how mentally strong I am and to value my love and affection I have to offer others. It's helped me understand how important it is to set boundaries, to respect and love myself overall. It's taught me to seek love from within and to not rely on people who don't love me equally. Thanks for your feedback. After a soul-crushing breakup followed by some bullshit ones, my brain burned out. Went on a pilgrimage and realized I did not need to follow some popular roadmap to life. Since then I have had much less stress and focus on enjoying what I have. I accept for better or worse I am complete. A partner would not make me more complete. I stopped putting women on a pedestal and realized they can be shitty people too. Killed my interest in going after love again. Made me consider suicide way more seriously. Since it happened along with another huge pile of shit. Only good side is that it put me back on martial arts and it possibly saved my life for a while. I am still going through one. And it's not even a relationship. Just a situationship that was about to blossom. And she decided I wanted kids more than I want to be with her and that her ex was who she was to be with. I am still processing being friends with her or when we barely talk now. And how she gives 100 to her ex who most likely will be her BF again. And tell her to lose our friendship. TBH, as someone who's going through a heartbreak now. It made me want to be happier with myself as a person. Went from being joyful, silly, and happy to being empty, angry, and negative. An ex and I amicably broke up. After we realized our life goals were incompatible despite being very much in love with one another. Hurt like hell to part ways. She'll always have a piece of my heart. But even our relatively short time together completely changed how I approach relationships. I'm not settling for bad partners anymore. I understand what I bring to the table and I'm not willing to settle for someone that treats me like I'm a burden. I wanted to prove to her that she made a mistake. Went from barely graduating high school to a straight A student in community college and then later at a top university. Hit the gym hard and put on 20 pounds of muscle. Went to therapy and was able to identify and correct all of my toxic traits. I'm now happily married with a job I'm passionate about that pays well. Ironically, in my quest for her acknowledgement and regret, all I did was prove to myself that she was right to end things when she did. I was not a healthy person. Going through it now. GF of 2 years who I'd sworn was the woman I'd marry left me on a whim. Fam friends and I suspect she found another guy. Seems most logical. I can't bring myself to care at this point. I place too much of my self-worth in how valuable I am to others. I'm more broken than I thought I was. She was too important to me. I won't make the same mistake again. Fortunately. It taught me not to waste my time on negativity and people who don't love me the way I do them. I started enjoying the little things more. Made me focus much more on myself. Going harder in the gym. Taking in more protein. Slowly overhauling my diet. Made me take an indefinite break from dating apps. Made me care much less about what anyone could think of me, particularly women. Dating a wonderful woman for just over a year. We got married and she instantly became some other person who was controlling and manipulative. I held on for a year but just couldn't take it anymore and divorced her. I had a hard time trusting any woman for a couple years after that. I got over it and hopefully the next one won't hide stuff from me. Just figured it's better off being alone and not dealing with someone else. Had to break up with this girl I've known since I'm 6 years old. After this breakup, I started to enjoy alone time way more. I have no interests in love now, and would rather spend time doing things I like. It changed me pretty dramatically. I went from a sweet doting doormat to someone that needed somebody special to warm me up. Took me about a year to get over things, but you will get over it. Use it as a pivot to work on things you want to improve in your life. It changed me forever. I stopped trying. And I've been single since 2010. No relationships. No hookups. Just nothing. The highs are not worth the lows emo. I'm not capable of dealing with those kinds of emotions anymore. Started working out and focusing on what I want to accomplish in my life. Basically, I'm just trying to better myself every day if I have the time now. I'm also almost to the point I'd consider myself jacked now, which has really improved my self-confidence. Flexed biceps, medium light skin tone, cool. Forced me to do a lot of soul searching and learn more about myself. It only helped me, honestly. Used to be very angry and depressed. Did my whole discovering myself thing over 4 years of being single, and I'm not either anymore. Still spiraling down at the moment, but when something changes I'll let you know. Thank you for your post. It reminded me of taking a more functional path. Value myself, and most importantly spend my remaining years on building myself. My health, my career, etc. Not a man. But I went through a similar experience and a rough time after falling for a guy. Admitting that to him. And all of which after him chasing me for 2 years and showing it in every form. But things changed right after. Don't do much anymore. I have zero interest in being in a relationship of any kind. However, on the bright side, my bank account is ridiculous. I know better than to give anyone that much influence over me now. I stopped dating after 2 divorces and 3 girlfriends. The drama, lies, I don't know on where to go to dinner, breaking promises, and a whole host of bullshit I just don't ever want to put up with again. Sure, love is awesome. Heartbreak is the opposite. But compromising one's self just for peace and quiet is just no way to spend one's life. I'm jaded, and I think anyone being nice is just that. Being nice. The world doesn't care. Never did, never will. It reinforced the low self-esteem I'd had since childhood. Basically let me know that yep. You were right all along, Alien 36. You are indeed a piece of shit. Other people also recognize and treat you accordingly. You are not worthy of love, nor basic human respect. I have absolutely been a lot less outgoing than I was before. Not really interested in relationships ATM. I would rather ride the baseline of being okay than experiencing that crushing sense of loss and loneliness again. Mental resilience. Everyone needs to go through it. You'll come out stronger, provided you treat every fall as a lesson. Biceps. I've realized I shouldn't lie to people, especially if I am in a relationship with them. Made me understand where boundaries should be placed. And it actually made me happier because of how toxic she was. However, I am scared to death of women because I don't want to lose years of my life again. I held my family closer. We're all pretty messed up in our own way, though sometimes similar to the others. Even so, they're the only ones who've never left me behind. I was considering leaving a few of them behind for what I thought was myself, but was actually mostly her. And I even went a long time without talking to them, including my dad. But then she crushed me, and even after all of that, I returned to open arms. They might not be proper, and sometimes we can be downright cruel to each other because of our tempers. But I know that they'll have my back no matter what, and I hope they know I'll have theirs.